Bro, we have a special guest today on the show, Mr. Luca Bosurgi, mind,
Bosurgi.
life coach, fitness coach, who, we've been getting a lot of requests for mental health, anxiety,
Every
depression.
single person wants to talk about mental health.
So everybody's gonna want to talk about it, and we met you through one of our own, Thomas. He told us about you, and I know that you've been helping a lot of people, and you also have a book called Captain You, correct? So I'm gonna hand over the mic to you. Kind of tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, what you do, how long you've been in this country, and what it is that you do typically on a daily basis.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here with you. And yes, it's a long story. I'm not going to bore you with it.
That's okay. That's
I'm
fine.
Italian, lived in 14 towns.
Wow.
Nice.
I've been a venture capitalist for 16 years, living between London and New York.
Wow.
Nice.
My portfolio was very successful.
Beautiful.
But I was also hands-on in it because before that period, I was rescuing companies, buying company in trouble, put them together, put them back.
Nice.
So my investors, they were happy because I was hands-on.
Okay.
And for that, I was helping my management to excel. And through the first part, I was saying why the hell our management is not performing at the high level they can. They're so smart because of emotions.
Yeah.
So I started analyzing human mind at the time. I had my own problems, so I wanted to understand and find solutions. I read everything I could about psychology. I decided it was not for me. Therefore, I started from out of the box. Mm-hmm. What God wants, what nature wants, why we have instincts, why we have feelings, why we have emotions. And this become very clear. Because I discovered that the mind is always healthy.
It is.
Doesn't exist a broken mind. Exists a broken brain, but not a broken mind. Our physical mind is artificial intelligence and has scripts, database, and so on.
Yeah.
And from that moment on, I progressed. I've been for 16 years struggling because I wanted to help people, and I help people investing in projects and growing their companies, but was not
but
the
not
one
the mental
to
health.
Yeah.
And in the 2006, I said, okay, I sold my company. I went in California. I didn't know really what I was doing, but I opened a place and I start seeing people. And I saw over 5,000 people.
Nice.
Wow.
60,000 sessions probably.
Oh my God.
And I tested my theories about the mind and I realized that in the last 5, 6, maybe 8 years, I had 95% success results.
That's
wow.
amazing. It's amazing. So you're changing people's lives.
And it was so simple. Because at the end...
Because you understood it.
Because when you get it,
Yeah.
the mind responds really well.
Yeah.
And I identified the main problem of the mind today, which is adult emotional dependency, that has not been seen up to today.
Yeah. So
Can
that's fairly
you
new
describe
to us.
what adult emotional dependence is? So for people to understand, when you say that, what do you mean exactly?
Okay, so let's step back.
Okay.
When we come in this world, we receive an equipment to live this life, which
Okay.
is like a biological robot. Cameras for eyes, speakers, microphones, and so on. We receive a computer, which is the brain, the mind, that is the software in the brain. And this mind has an operating system, like the OS in our phone. And this operating system is the DNA.
Yeah. Love that.
The DNA has a certain amount of pre-installed programs. Programs you don't have to learn. Sleep in the night, getting aroused.
Exactly.
In love. In love is a very powerful program that bonds two persons together.
Yes.
Make you see the person very different. You want to be with the other person and so on. If this go to the second next step, which is procreation. I don't know if you have kids.
Yeah,
I have kids.
Yeah,
and
I have
for
3
me,
of them.
oh my God, they're my life.
That's awesome.
What I am compelled to do, to love them, protect them, and lead them.
Yes.
When the child is born, have another program of this DNA hard-coded in, which is emotional dependency.
Yeah.
Every child is born with 3 aspects of it. Feeling unsafe and unprotected, because they don't know what is dangerous or not. So keeps you with parents.
Okay, of course.
Looking up to parents for validation, guidance, and starving for love.
Yeah.
Every
Attention,
child
Starving
yep.
for love.
starving for love. They need love.
Yep, they do.
If you have kids,
They do.
they come to you to get some love.
Yep.
You run away.
Yep.
These three elements, love, protection, and leadership, are essential for the mind. Therefore, in the first part of life, we as parents, we are obliged to love them, protect, and lead them. As a child, they feel the need of being loved, protected, and lead.
That's your
Perfect.
job title. Yep.
Nature made it perfect. Around 11 years old, we are meant to become not only physically self-reliant, but also emotionally self-reliant. But we don't, because our parents are not emotionally self-reliant themselves.
Yeah.
Therefore, we carry on throughout life with compelling needs of feeling unsafe and unprotected, starving for love, and looking up to others at this stage, because parents are not there anymore, for love, protection, and leadership, and meaning
attention.
fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of judgment, feeling unsafe all the time. And trust me, I believe that is 80% of the emotional struggles today in the world.
So the adult emotional dependency, does it have multiple factors? For example, is it a combination? Because when you look at it, like if I was just to read adult emotional dependency, I'd think that the definition would just mean I'm an emotional adult that just depends on somebody, which I get it. But does it have factors such as anxiety,
100%.
depression, and I see the emotional. What about physical features like headaches? What about upset abdominal pain? Do you get a lot of this also involved with adult emotional dependency?
100%. When you are in need of others and people are not available to give it to you, you live in fear, live in anxiety. Imagine you depend from your neighbor for food.
Yeah.
You're
So
going
that'd be a
to
problem.
please the food, you're going to fight it. I mean, please the neighbor,
neighbor,
fight
to
the
fight-
neighbor.
yeah,
and
exactly,
so on.
exactly.
And this constantly, the instinct of survival,
Yeah.
we have four main instincts: survival, development, fulfillment, and procreation.
Yeah.
Survival takes care of all the needs, not
Yes.
only your defense system. So every time that you need something, your mind releases cortisol,
Yeah.
adrenaline,
Yes.
dopamine, meaning anxiety,
Anxiety. Increase for
anxiety.
sure. Yep. Makes
I
sense.
had over 500 people that was in and out drugs and alcohol. As soon we remove adult emotional dependency and we help them to manage their mind, anxiety was gone, alcohol, drugs was gone.
That's beautiful.
I never work with them in removing alcohol. We just remove the causes of anxiety.
Do you typically, for these patients? So I'm trying to imagine a scenario. Let's say this is the first session with me, right? Are you the type of person that will first of all adjust, for example, diet? Where you adjust? Do you believe in holistic medicine, certain vitamins, nutrients, stuff that you can get over the counter to change this, or is this completely mental? And do you talk? Is it complete conversation? I'm trying to just, as a doctor, because we get a lot of patients who have depression, anxiety, right? We're like, okay, well, they've been tried all these lifestyle modifications, all these medications, nothing is working. I'm just trying to visualize as a doctor talking to you, and I'm probably going to be, I'd love to come and see you for a session also because I've heard some great things about you. Is what do you do?
But do you do the medical side before? So you're focusing so much on the mental. Do you do like checking their vitamin D level, their thyroid level, because maybe that's the trigger to all this? Do you eliminate that first?
I don't. That's not my domain.
Okay. But no, I'm
My
saying, but
domain
do you let
is
them
to-
see that and get that done, and then once that's normal, then focus on the mental?
I would do the opposite.
Oh,
I see
okay.
what
My first step is to create separation between them and their body and mind, and then adoption. Emotional self-reliance is the key.
Yeah.
As soon emotional self-reliance is created, we can force the mind to stop adult emotional dependency. Why force the mind? Because it creates so many programs about this.
Yeah.
The mind is always trying to recycle old programs. Therefore, to ask the mind to create a new programs, have to make the decision.
Yeah.
Therefore, the moment we have emotional independence, meaning love, protection, leadership is provided in-house, and you adopt your body and mind as your son, not a little kid, a man of your age, then you are compelled to try to find the right vitamins, to stop eating junk food, to reduce.
I agree.
To get rid
That's
of-
true, because you can tell somebody that all the time, don't eat it, don't do this, don't do that. But if they're not mentally ready to stop doing that, then
Exactly.
they can't.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it's a process.
Exactly.
Because I think people need to understand what antidepressants are. What are they? They reuptake, right?
Yep.
So like imagine a bucket of tennis ball. Every time you're depressed, they take a serotonin out and it goes out and out. Antidepressant takes that serotonin and puts it back.
Yeah.
What you're saying is you're not understanding it in the right direction. Instead of worrying about reuptake and putting it back in, activate some new ones.
100%.
Okay, got you.
100%.
But how to do that
Naturally.
is, yeah.
Yeah, but see,
How to do that is a layers. You
Yeah.
need to start from top.
Okay.
And from the top, for me, we are not our body mind.
Yeah.
I believe that we are spirit with an eternal mind, which is a very functional mind. We arrive in this world, we receive this equipment to live a life.
Yeah.
This equipment is equipment, but has needs. And I was discussing with my girlfriend right in the car that today everybody needs normal, not spatial, not strange, normal, normalizing life, having a manual how to live life and how to deal with your mind. That in fact, Captain You is in there, and that is what I'm putting in the course that we are launching.
So you have a course. You're opening up a new course, correct? Can you emphasize on that?
I am, and it's coming out in June
of this
and
year.
It's going to be 25 classes.
Wow.
So 3 level, beginner 1, where we create emotional self-reliance. Beginner 2, we remove adult emotion dependency and we work in positioning toward others. Because if you look up to people, people look down to you. If you position your mind equal, if not slightly superior, because you love your body and mind, people want to be with you. If you ask them a favor, they will do it for you instead of think that you own them.
Yes.
And in the 3rd level, we work on mind management. We already work in the first part of mind management. What is mind management? Is learning how to manage the mind. Learning all those solution positioning and so on.
But so what do you really mean by learning how to manage the mind? I'm trying to. How can I manage my mind?
Well, if you have a conversation, you always talk to your mind.
Yes, I do.
And if you change this conversation from being a friend of enemy to a father, a owner, a captain, then you can tell your mind what to do. And you can pull out your mind from corners. You can avoid your mind to go in rabbit holes. You can change mood, change environment in your mind. It's your mind.
It is all mindset for sure.
You have to think that until 100 years ago, we were all pretty dumb. We
I
didn't
agree.
know anything.
There was nothing.
If your father was cooking bread, you would cook bread, and your son would cook bread.
Yeah, exactly.
Then came consumerism and expanded that mind. Now we can do amazing things.
Yeah, we can.
If I were to describe what you're talking about with everything, it's prevention, not treatment.
Exactly.
So, you're saying don't wait until you've developed a PTSD. But if you've already got that control over your mind, you wouldn't ever get to PTSD. If you had control over your mind, your spouse wouldn't pick on the things that you do because you wouldn't do those things, right? Because your mind is in control.
And I had so many couples that were divorcing. We reposition, and now they're happy together. Nice. So many couples have difficult children because they was trying to discipline and hardcore. And I trained them to give love, protection, and leadership with the children, and now the children are amazing.
Wow.
I have 3 kids. We don't have punishment at home. We have a point system. They do the right things.
Boys and girls? Points. Leon, right?
Yeah, Leon,
Eliza,
and Sienna. Sienna is the middle. So 8, 10, and 12.
You can see the joy in your face and your smile as soon as you mention them. I love that. That's amazing.
And it seems like you kind of follow your own advice, because I feel like that's the worst thing is when somebody wants to try to give advice or guide somebody for their mental health.
And
it
works.
Healthy.
It works so well.
Look, see how calm he is. I mean, look how relaxed he is.
So simple.
He's not really bothered by anything.
We have the best time together, and we never have a problem.
That's beautiful. Captain You.
Yeah.
I am excited. I want to read this book. So I'm.
Thank you for the gift, by the way.
Thank you.
Me and him will fight over it later.
Okay,
and, I'll read it first, then I'll give it to you.
My mind is stronger than his, so don't worry. It's okay. I got more
my
control.
mental state
You're
right
going
now.
to find more of what I said is in here.
And
a
I'm
bit of a
very
manual
excited.
how to manage your mind.
I'm very excited. And I know you have the new program we talked about earlier. Look in the camera. Let us know where they can find you, if there's a phone number or website. And I know your website is themindfitnessinc.com. And I know it's the new program that you're
Tell us
releasing in
about your
June.
Yeah, so I do one-to-one with clients, either in person or on Zoom or in
Like a televisit.
FaceTime. And now we're launching this new program that is going to have all this knowledge and help people step by step to become emotionally independent, to remove adult emotional dependency, to manage their mind. And the last level is with me in group on Zoom or in person.
Oh, excellent.
And so it's going to be out in June. It's going to be, you can find all the news about it in mindfitnessinc.com or mindfitnessacademy.com.
Beautiful,
Perfect.
beautiful. We'll also leave all the information in the comments below once we upload the video. Luca, thank you so much for joining us
Thank you
today.
so much for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure having you,
wonderful.
and I love what you do, and we love anybody that can help in the field of mental health, depression, anxiety, and
It's needed, man.
It's definitely needed in our
It's a
society.
big crisis, and I love I know we're ending this, but I really love the way you approached it so different, because every single person, first thing they say, so tell me about your trauma. And the whole visit is about the trauma,
Yeah.
right? Whereas you're saying time out, time out, time out. You know, like, let's work on your brain being strong enough to not think about the trauma and focus on strengthening it to a point where it doesn't keep coming up in your life.
And you
Which
can
is a
get
cool.
rid of
I
the
like
tra-
the way you approach
you
it.
can
In a
get
different
Get
angle.
rid of it.
I've never really talked to somebody that goes into that angle of it.
It's so
It's a
powerful.
completely different-
And when
But
you
I-
create emotional self-reliance, politics will change, the world will change.
I agree.
Because especially with social media now, with all of these celebrities at a young age, that now they're becoming millionaires at 15 years old, and then by 30 they're mentally not there, and depression, anxiety, panic attack, PTSD, all
Peer
of
pressure.
this gets developed. And I think you would be great for this young generation, especially the people in social media, on how to control that.
Yeah.
I hope you do very well, Luca.
Thank you, man,
I
so
hope you
much.
kill it.
Thank you
And
so much for
honestly,
having me.
I'm actually excited because I might be one of your first clients in
Yes.
the new program.
Awesome.
Thank you, man. God
Thank you
bless
so
you.
much.
Thank you so much. I
Thank you, man.
appreciate you, man.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much. Awesome.
Awesome.